Hey folks! In this video we're going to clean some ancient Roman coins. I got these from nerocoins.com. They have it where you can buy lots of uncleaned coins to clean them yourselves, and these come from places in Europe where it is perfectly legal to find and buy and sell and own ancient coins, so there's no worries there. There are many different ways to clean ancient coins and there are different opinions on what works best, so this is what has worked for me so far. It's not necessarily the only way to do it. So this is the equipment I'm going to use. You will most likely need however you're doing, you will need some form of magnification because the coins can be so small and the details so tiny that it always helps to have something to make you see better. The way I'm going to do it, I'm going to soak them in water until the crud on the coins softens a little. Then I'm going to poke at it with toothpicks. But toothpicks can be a little wimpy and they wear out really fast, so I also have a splinter of ebony that I've made and sharpened it to a very fine point. If I feel confident that I'm not going to scratch the patina in the coin, then I'm going to use a tool that I made, which is just a sewing needle with a very sharp point stuck to a little wooden handle. And we'll need a toothbrush to scrub things. So to get started, I like to let them soak in distilled water for a few hours or maybe a couple of days depending on how heavily encrusted they are. Some people clean them dry, some people soak them in olive oil. I have had good results with water, so I'm just going to use water.
The next day.
I like to give them a preliminary cleaning while they're soaking with a brush that I have that has some nice stiff bristles, and that removes all the dirt that has accumulated over the centuries. And now to cleaning. There are dozens of ways to clean ancient coins. The objective is to remove the dirt that has accumulated over the centuries and stuck to the surface of the coin. Some people will freak out at the mention of cleaning ancient coins, but there's nothing wrong with cleaning them if you know what you're doing. The main thing to keep in mind is that you want to remove the dirt without harming the patina. The patina, as these cutting-edge graphics will show, is a layer that forms on the coin surface from chemical reactions that happen because of the environment the coin is in for hundreds of years. So in the simplest way to explain it, the surface of the coin becomes the patina. So if you damage or remove the patina, you're damaging the layer that contains all the details, and we don't want to do that. It's the person who wants the coin to look brand new that you have to really worry about. These coins are centuries old, they will never be brand new. I can't say I don't have an interesting life. People ask, oh, what were you doing this weekend? I'm gonna say, I was cleaning the year of a long dead Roman emperor. Just a normal Saturday. On this one we have some interesting red oxide growing, which is never good, but much worse here we have the dreaded bronze disease. Bronze disease is a destructive, irreversible corrosion that happens on copper alloys. And it's rather complicated, but in short, it has to be mechanically removed from the surface of the coin and then neutralized with chemicals. This one originally looked so good, but as I started cleaning it, it became clear that it is ridden with bronze disease, and once that is all treated, there's not going to be much left of this coin. So an interesting development here, while I was cleaning away the visible bronze disease on the surface of this coin, I exposed the surface and it turns out this is a silver coin. It's a very low-grade silver alloy, of course, or it's a very heavily clad copper or bronze coin. But that is good because if I'm dealing with silver, I can soak this in a much more aggressive solution that will get rid of that bronze disease for sure.
Much later.
This turned out really good for something that has been on the ground for hundreds of years. And there were a couple that were a total loss, they were corroded beyond recognition, but that happens. The guys from nerocoins.com actually offered to replace those that were really corroded, and that's really kind of them. But I wanted to include them in the video so people will have a realistic expectation of what can happen if you get a bunch of ancient uncleaned coins. Some of them are going to be beautiful, some of them not so much. Now, when what comes to identification, I'm not an expert at all, so if you know what these coins are and you have a better opinion than mine, please let me know, I would love to know. This one, however, I do think this is a coin of Constantine II, and this is the one that had all that bronze disease and the red oxide, and it cleaned up beautifully. This is probably the best coin of the bunch, and you can clearly read everything in it. I think this is a beautiful coin. This one, I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's from the Constantine era, along with this one. This one is very worn out already, but it still has a very good patina left. Unfortunately, you can't tell much about what is there, but I think it's another one from the Constantine era. This one is a little bit of a different story. I think this is a coin from Claudius II, and I'm thinking that because I can see his pointed little beard. This angle you can see the face really good, and that reminds me of Claudius II coins. Also on the back, it reminds me of those coins. I've seen them before. But again, I'm not an expert, so if you have a better opinion of it, please let me know. This one has a beautiful classical dark green patina, and it was a very good patina. Also, I think this is from the Constantine era. But again, I'm not an expert. You guys let me know. This one I'm not sure at all what it is, but I think I'm going to assume most of these are from the Constantine era, and they are the most common coins you will find. This one, it was a very worn coin, so not much could be saved about it. And this one is the poor thing. It looked so good, but it had been affected so deeply by the bronze disease already that there is practically nothing left, just a corroded mess. This is another one that is very corroded, and you can kind of make a little bit of the face, but it is very corroded. So as always, if you have any questions or any comments, please let us know below, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.